Hey guys, it's Ms. Z, and I'm going to show you how to get started on animating Picasso's Lecoq. That's how we say this word right here, Lecoq. You'll click right here to go see your directions, but before you do that, I want to show you what your finished product will look like. It's going to look something like this. You're going to take Picasso's Lecoq, and you're going to animate a part of it to make it kind of silly. So in this case, I have taken the tongue. You could take the legs, you could take the tail, you could move the eyes around. There's all sorts of crazy things that you could do, okay? So the directions are right here. The first thing I want you to pay attention to is you're going to do this in Firefox because we are using Pixlr and Pixlr does not like to cooperate with Chrome. Okay, so remember please that we are indeed using Firefox. And all these directions right here I'm going to go through right now so you can also watch the video again. So when you get to Pixlr, it's going to look like this. You're going to click on Open Image from Computer. You're going to go to the Outbox. Okay, Outbox. You're going to go find my name, 5th grade digital art. And let's see, Lecoq. And there are several things here. If you want to see what they look like, you can do this. Oh, they're not even appearing. There we go. You can see there's many different things. You want the Picasso Lecoq, not any of this other stuff. Picasso Lecoq. And there it is. The very first thing you're going to do is you're going to make a new layer. So you're going to click right here to make new layer. I want you to name that layer. We're going to name it Gradient. I would like for you to try to spell it right, but if you don't, it's not a big deal. Okay? The gradient is a tool right here. It looks like a little blue shaded rectangle, and if I hover there, it says gradient tool. I'm going to click on that. Right now, my gradient is going to be black to white, which is kind of boring. So I'm going to actually pick the fourth option over, which is right here. It looks like a little white triangle with checkerboard. Click on that. I don't want the color to be white, but I can pick any other color I want. So it's up to you. I like to pick from the web colors because they're already here. I picked a green, but you're welcome to pick a blue or a cream. I don't know that I would do red because so much of the Lecoq is red, but it's up to you. So I'm going to pick maybe this green. That's kind of pretty. I'm going to click OK. All right. Oh, I might have to click again. Then it's going to give me this little plus sign. I'm going to draw a line from here down, and it creates kind of a cool fade for me. And I'm going to do the same thing from the bottom up. And I have a cool fade. Now, it's obviously covering up my Lecoq, right? So what I want to do is I want to click right here. This is my Lecoq. And I'm going to drag it up on top of my gradient. And now my Lecoq, that means rooster, is sitting on top of my gradient. This checkerboard part, that'll all be white. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. Once you've done this, you need to save it. This is mandatory. You have to. This is not optional. You must save at this point, okay? This is going to be the first frame of your animation. And we talked earlier about how animations have frames. So we're going to go File, Save, and you need to change it to your name. So Amy, that's my name, Coq, C-O-Q, 1. It has to have the 1 after it. And it doesn't need to be a PNG. It needs to be a JPEG. So save it as a JPEG. Crank that quality up to 100 because you did your best work. You want it to be 100. Click OK. And then I want you to save it to your H drive, okay? Your H drive is usually your lunch number. You can see I have a ton of stuff here, so I'm going to make a little folder so I remember. But you don't need to make a folder. You can just save it to your H drive. So Amy Coq 1, there it is, as JPEG. Save. I have to wait. Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I think you can do this, okay, though? You're going to get your lasso tool. This is the lasso tool. It looks like something like a cowboy might use. And if I hover there, it says lasso. I want you to pick something on Lecoq that you want to change. Okay? So why not this time I'll pick something different since I've already done the tongue. I'm going to pick this eye. And so I'm going to draw with my lasso tool. I know it's kind of hard to see. Draw around my eye. And once I close the shape, I get marching ants. Then I'm going to hold down the Control button and the C button on my computer at the same time. And I've copied. Now I'm going to hold down the Control and V button. When I do that, watch what happens over here. I'm going to paste. Control V to paste. Oh, I have a new layer. And it's kind of hard to see, but if I get my Move tool, and you're going to want to get your Move tool, I have another eyeball right there. Do you see it? Okay. It would go right there, but I'm going to keep it right here for right now so I know where it is. I want you to name this layer Animation, so you know what it is. And this one needs to be on top, okay? So take your new little thing, it's the only thing that's on this layer, it's just this eyeball. I'm going to put it right here, and I have to decide what I want to do with it. Now, I can move it. I could have the eyeball appear over here, and that could be the animation, is this. I could have it swirl, so I could do edit, free transform, and rotate it. But I'm going to do edit, free transform, so I could rotate it, or I could make it get bigger. That's kind of hilarious, isn't it? I'm going to click and say yes. That's kind of funny, isn't it? So now that's my second image. So this is my second frame. So now I have to save again. I'm going to go File, Save. This time I'm going to say Amy Coke 2. So you're going to say your name, Coke 2, because this is the second frame of your animation. You don't want a PNG, you want a JPEG. Crank it up to 100 because you did your best work. Click OK. It should default right back to your H drive, so make sure it's in your H drive, and you're going to click Save. Now, this is the super fun part you're going to love, okay? This is the part where you get to animate, all right? So you can go back to Chrome now if you're happier in Chrome, and you're going to go back to the directions. I would not close out of Pixlr, by the way. In case I make a mistake, I always like to keep it open in case I got to go back and change something. So now we're on to part 2. We just did, look at all those steps. Oh my gosh, we just totally did all that. Easy. Now we're going to go to GIF Maker. A GIF is an animated picture often. Not all the time, but it can be. We're going to click on this and go there. Okay. We have to wait a second. It's going to say upload images. You're going to click on that upload image. You're going to go to your H drive, and you're going to see where your 2 Coke files are, your LeCoke. Excuse me. I want you to click on one. Then I want you to hold down the control button, and I want you to click on the second one. That allowed me to highlight both files at the same time. Then I'm going to click on open, and I'm going to wait. It's going to take it a second. And if you notice, it's already giving me a preview of what my animation is going to look like. I want you, right here where it says canvas size of GIF or video, change this 100% to 50. Okay? And then you can play right here with the animation speed. Watch what happens to LeCoke. If I turn it down here, it goes faster. Here it's a lot slower. So it's up to you, however fast or slow you want to make it. I think that's kind of funny. Okay? Then you're going to scroll down. Do you see where it says create GIF animation? You're going to click there. You have to wait a moment. It's thinking. Thinking. All right. Now you get to, this is the super fun part. You get to click on view the GIF. So I'm going to click to view the GIF. I have to wait. Oh, and there's my animation I just made. Super simple. Okay. Now I want you to right click. I want you to save image. And you're going to save it to your H drive. So let's go find my H drive again. There's my H drive. Okay. And you need to save it as your name, Coke A. And the A stands for animation. So your name, Coke A. So my name is Amy Coke A. Okay. You have just made and saved an animation. Look at you. You're amazing. Okay. The final thing that you're going to do to turn this in is you're going to drag and drop it into my inbox folder, okay? And we'll go over that in class, how to do that, but you know how to do it because that's how we've turned in every single project so far. That's how you turn in stuff for Miss Maraka's class, so you know what to do, okay? So if you have any questions, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, did you look at the directions? And the second thing I'm going to ask you is, did you look at the video? Because I'm going to have this in our Google Classroom. Okay, guys? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Go get to work.